Congrats every time I'm through. Same packing, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon.
Hey, everybody. It's the coach. This is
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December. Usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls, but we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Newton flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
20.
Third and long, it's Newton. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shamar Stephen providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
So in one play, you've lost an amount of yardage that our stat guy is still totaling up. Now there are mess-ups, and there are mess-ups. I think this falls in the latter category.
Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Check. Block 54. Crunch time.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Complete. It's Johnson. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Panthers coming back onto the field. We discussed Kyle Allen earlier and the loss of Cam Newton beginning of the season. They lost their first 2 games with Cam, then won 5 of 6 under Kyle Allen until the late season swoon that ultimately cost head coach Ron Rivera his job, Charles.
And we have to remember that when Cam lost those first 2 games, he was actually playing hurt and just tried his best to go. And I think we ought to applaud him for trying to get out there with his team. But that team now will retool. There will be a new head coach in Carolina for the 2020 season. They have to make some decisions about whether Cam's going to be the quarterback or not. And also on the defensive side of the ball, they'll need to fill in a few different players. But if they do so, they'll be a factor again in the NFC.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Throwing is Newton. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 3-0 after 1 on EA. Sports.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Under 10, under 10. What's that?
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Well, Charles, while we have a second, you know, we talked about the NFC playoff picture, but I wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic right now in NFL circles. That's awarding a home game to every division winner, regardless of record. It's happened twice in this decade that we've seen a 7-9 team in Seattle get a home game and a 7-8-1 Carolina team get one. Where do you stand on this? Because there's a scenario where you could have a 13-win team from the NFC West traveling to face an 8-win team from the NFC East.
I know I'm a dinosaur on this one. Absolutely. I love the division champ getting a home game. I don't care what the record is, and I know it sounds wrong, and we're in this society now where everything has to be fair and right. And we would like that, and I would like that too for most big topics. But in sports, it's actually kind of cool when these things happen. Remember, Seattle at 7-9 hosted the defending Super Bowl champs New Orleans and beat them. That big Marshawn Lynch run that we'll remember forever. Carolina at 7-8-1, they actually lost at home in their playoff game. So you don't know how it's going to turn. I like division champs winning it and getting a home game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll run with McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a 1st down and more. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 43 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, this is a good window right here, partner, to wish happy holidays to everybody out there in Madden land, and happy holidays to you and yours as well.
Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, however you celebrate the holiday season.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of, what is your favorite holiday song? Because I know in the elevator on the way up, we heard Feliz Navidad, and you went into the fetal position.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, I feel bad about that because, you know, it's a big hit and all, but it's not my favorite. Silver Bells, as done by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
My favorite.
That's classic. I'd have to go Burl Ives, have a holly jolly Christmas. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as well. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hey, Haywood!
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He finds his man Johnson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Olabisi Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Cousins on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he... gets it to the Panthers 28. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. From the 24, Cousins, and this is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Now a first down throw for Newton. And his throw is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big. And go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
You ain't going nowhere. Hey, no, he's easy.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Cousins on target to Diggs. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On first down, Newton. Wright's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
First down,
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Listen to me.
Throwing here, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. On first down, it's Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Cousins now from the 50. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's got this down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. To throw is Cousins. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Mike. Check 55. Mike. Let's go. Check 2.
McCaffrey on the counter. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.